Mickey Mantle, is that what you're upset about? Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much does your father make?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, see if your father can't pay the rent. Go ask Mickey Mantle, see what he tells you. Mickey Mantle don't care about you, so why should you care about him? Nobody cares.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what up? Danny Shenad here with Qadir Martin. Q, what up, kid? Welcome to episode 4 of Nobody Cares Live. I'm Danny Shenad. We're live from Jays on the Bay. We're talking with Qadir. He is back-to-back Jaques Award winner. So normally we don't start the show out with celebrities, Q. We have no money for you. It's cool?
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so no NIL agreements, nothing like that. We can't like possibly afford you at all, but it's pretty rare around these parts to have not one but a 2-time Jaques Award winner. Do you know when the last time there was a 2-time Jake Award winner?
Yeah, it was when my brother went, and I was there for his Jake's dinner.
Hold on.
I watched him play.
The last time there was a Jaques Award winner, it was your brother?
Yeah.
That's how bad I am at my job, right? I didn't even know that. That's also how unbelievable your family is.
Yeah.
I mean, your brother, the last 2-time Jake Award winner, and you have, is there another like younger brother out there?
Yeah, I have 2 younger brothers. One's a freshman on my team, the one's in 5th grade.
That's right. All right. So there's a freshman, and there's one in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Shout out to your pops, who's in the building tonight. I mean, the man's just cranking out Olympians. That is impressive, bro. Playing for Peters, was there ever a moment in your head where maybe you thought about, settling in another school and have like regrets, or you just feel like that's the best decision for you? And
once I came over there from Curtis, Coach Woods and the staff and the faculty at the school, they opened up the doors for me with open arms and stuff, and I felt really good. And the CHSAA it's a top competition in New York. You don't want to play no better. So I felt really comfortable there. And once I got there, they pushed me every day, and the hard work paid off.
Woods is a maniac.
Yeah, he's a little. If you know him, you know.
I mean, he's a great coach.
Yeah, great coach.
But he's an animal.
Yeah.
Like the person that he is when he's not coaching is not the person that he is when he's coaching.
No,
he's a great guy on and off the court, but he has a personality, man.
Definitely.
You have the same personality, whether you are off the court or on the court. You always seem very cool, very calm, very collected. I will say, though, nobody drives a lane on you. I have said mad times on the air.
Yeah,
Martin with another block. Like, you're on another level in terms of paint defense. And that's what we love it. Nobody cares is when somebody actually plays defense.
Yeah.
You play great on both sides of the ball. I don't know like how it goes with like college announcements and stuff like that. Like, you don't strike me as the kind of kid that would set up 9 hats and then have like a video camera.
No.
But are you looking at some schools like
yeah?
You want to go like far away from home? You want to stay close to home?
No, not too far. I'm looking like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. But right now, I'm supposed to be going up to Fairfield once this season's over. They want me to go on like a little visit.
That's cool.
Only an hour and a half away. We went up to a game earlier this year. It seems like they really like me. But yeah, I'm looking at them. Marist as well, and Iona.
Yeah,
those also actually aren't too far either. And ironically, they're all in the same conference as well. So
I mean, that's like the perfect amount of distance.
Yeah.
Because you want to be away from home, but not too far away.
Yeah.
Like, how many kids go to school, like get a scholarship from New York and go to like Oregon?
Yeah.
And they're out there and they're like, Oregon's a lot of fun, but it is in Oregon, and they come home and then go somewhere else on the East Coast. So you don't want to like settle in and transfer, right? You just kind of like want to settle in and get busy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely one of those kids that will get homesick if I'm too far from home. So I don't want to be too far. Because my older brother, when he was in UNC Charlotte, he got really homesick. And Charlotte's like 10-hour drive, so I don't want to be like that, because I would definitely get homesick.
No, that sounds terrible. What's the longest car ride you ever took in your life?
When I was really little, We drove to Florida. Florida was what 20
Straight?
18 hours. My dad drove, but my mom drove as well. So my dad got tired.
Split it up.
Yeah.
Yo, you have to.
That
I
was-
mean,
I was young, but I remember that drive. It was really far.
that's where like, that's a defining memory in your life.
Yeah.
Like Clark Griswold type,
Yeah.
get in the car and take a journey.
Yeah, that's probably like one of the only memories I have from like when I was that age. Like,
That car ride is probably the reason why you don't want to go more than 2 hours from home.
it actually might be.
Just you don't need to ever go to a psychiatrist. We just figured it out here. But no, on some real stuff though, you've won the Jaques back to back, and that's made by committees and stuff like that. And they definitely got it right with you. Here at Nobody Cares, we have no committees. And you already know we get so much hate mail as it is. We figure why not just get a little more? So what we're gonna do is next Tuesday night, we're gonna be announcing the Nobody Cares All-Stars. We're going to be doing a first team and a second team for the boys as well as the girls. So no surprises here. We are definitely not trying to get an unprecedented amount of hate mail. Would it make sense if we did a first team and second team and didn't have the 2-time Jaques Award winner on? So no surprises, Q. You have made the first team Nobody Cares. We're not giving you any money. You get nothing fun.
Oh, it's fine.
But our sponsors, man, they're going to be giving gift cards, and we're going to be giving merch, Nobody Cares shirts away to all the winners. So just something different. Down the line, we could see us having a game, but this year, I don't know. We're going to call you like the unofficial captain, I guess.
I'll take it.
Nobody cares. It's fine. So, all right, man. Is St. Peter still alive in the playoffs?
No, we actually lost Christ the King on Wednesday last week. Tough game. We were up the whole game, up at 12 at halftime. They came back and beat us by 3 in overtime.
They got a squad.
Yeah, they do. The double A is tough. Second round. We were projected to be at least in the quarterfinals, maybe the final four. But you never know in the double A. And they got a kid, Dwayne Pierce, going to Iowa State, high major. They got this 6'10" big kid who's also good, and other Division I kids on that team. So it's tough. But definitely a game we could have won, but we didn't, and it sucks. But it's whatever.
I think Christ the King also the girls beat
they beat
C in the city championship as well. So that's like crazy for a boys and girls program to be that prolific.
Yeah, Christ King's definitely one of the perennial powerhouses in the city. Sure.
Aiden Schmidt tuned in out there, says you're the GOAT. I don't know if you want to take that.
That's my guy, Aiden.
Hang it up.
Yeah,
we appreciate Aiden tuned in. We got Chinese Bookie coming on next. Would you view the Bookie as a local celebrity?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be watching you guys' shows. He's definitely one of the guys that people know.
Crazy. He walked into the CYO semifinals last week, right, at St. Joseph C. I don't think he's ever been in the town of Huguenot in his life. And some little kid, right, like walks into the gym. The ref comes up to me. He's like, Dan, I got to tell you something hysterical. I was like, what's up? He was like, yo, this little kid just walked in the gym with his dad and saw the Bookie up top. Said, Dad, that's the Chinese Bookie. And the dad was like, that's right, son. That is the Chinese Bookie. And I'm like, how did we pull off like the greatest slow play joke of all time to where this man is now a local celeb? So when 2-time Jaques Award winner Qadir Martin says you're a local celeb, Bookie, I think.
Yeah, everyone's tuning in. Everyone's tuning in to Nobody Cares. You're a celeb too. So
no, I'm not a celeb, bro. I'm just the guy that reads the hate mail and deliver the messages. But we appreciate you coming on, man. And we don't always want to take you too much, but next week when we announce the first and second team, Nobody Cares All-Stars for boys and girls. Now we'd love to have you on. Like you could always video call, but we'll probably be on the road. You know what I'm saying? So you're welcome to come out again, get something to eat. It'll definitely be an earlier show. I've been fighting a tooth infection, so I want to like lay in Bay Street.
I hope you feel better. Anytime, you guys invite me on, I'll definitely down to come on. You guys are great. You guys do well for Staten Island. Staten Island needed this, and this is definitely big for Staten Island. So
nobody cares, right?
Yeah, I know.
By the way, what size shirt are you?
Shirt, XL.
XL. We got to get him an XL shirt. It's a good thing the show is recorded because I'll never remember that. We're going to get you a shirt and we'll get it out to you, brother. Q, we appreciate you coming on the broadcast, man.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
2-time Jaques Award winner. We absolutely don't have the cash to pay him for his presence tonight, but we appreciate it every day of the week. Papa Martin in the building. We appreciate you, brother. We'll be back in a second with the Chinese bookie and the Commodore tuning in live from Studio 44 in Florida. Absolutely nobody cares. Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Bookie with us. Commodore joining us live from Studio 44 in Florida. Commodore, welcome to the broadcast, sir.
How you doing, Commodore? Happy St. Patty.
It's the Feast of St. Patrick for the entire month of March, you know. I'm glad to see you got the green grass behind you, Danny boy.
Yes, we've got the green behind us here at lovely Jays on the Bay. A little bit of a late start tonight. As I mentioned before, I have a tooth infection and I want to die. Unfortunately, there is no prayer being answered for that. Bookie, how the hell are you?
Nobody cares.
Nobody does care.
This too shall pass, Dan.
He hasn't taken it off in like 2 months.
Since day one.
Since day one. The greatest thing DPM ever did was give the bookie a hat because he'll be.
I got a question, man.
Yeah.
Has anybody actually gotten a T-shirt from you?
No, nobody's gotten a T-shirt yet, but we've got a fresh round of T-shirts coming out.
But like ever, because you know what? I stole them all. I have a whole drawer full of them down here.
I was wondering where all those T-shirts went.
Oh.
I'll send you up an extra large for him.
That's great, man.
Extra large. Okay.
Hey, what a nice young man, huh? I got to tell you, shout out and props to the Martin family producing those good student athletes over the years. And for him to remember us, you know, that 16, 18-hour trip to Florida. Woo! Shout out from Florida. Come on down.
I said, what's the longest car ride you ever went in? He said, when I was 5 years old, my parents drove us to Florida 20 hours. And I was like, that's why you don't want to go away to school more than 2 hours, because he's traumatized. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I think that's where it did start. I think, you know, right on the head. So if there's any parents out there, you had a baby, right? And you don't want them to go too far from you. And you're thinking down the road, the slow play, right? 15 years from now,
when they're young,
take them on a road trip as a hostage. And then 15 years later, ipso facto, they won't want to go very far to college.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. I got a feeling the whole family might have been inspired by the movie Space Jam. You remember that years ago? Producing these basketball players? Oh, come on.
Moron.
Even.
Of course we remember that movie. There was a remake like 2 days ago.
Really? I hate when they do that.
No, I know. Unbelievable. People know our location. They know that we are not at Studio 64, you know, broadcasting from inside of a mountain. They know that we're at Jays on the Bay. Only a matter of time before we get a Molotov cocktail in here.
Well, let me tell them where I am in Florida. I'm in Studio 44, named after Martinique Matthews, number 44. 4-4. Right. Get your fours up, Warriors.
Yes. Thank you, Commodore, for letting everybody know the name of your studio and how it came to be. Commodore, I told Qadir when he was on the show that we're going to be naming the Nobody Cares Basketball All-Stars for the boys and girls for the first time ever. And the announcement comes next Tuesday night on our show live at 8 o'clock. Qadir will be on the team. I told him, you know, spoiler alert. He's a 2-time Jaques winner, so he is, in fact, first-team All-Star for Nobody Cares, but we're going to be announcing boys and girls. And
first team and second
I think the idea is down the line, not this year, but next year we'll have an All-Star game, and it'll be the first inaugural. So big things coming in the community, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you something. Like the opening of the show, it's sort of like this now, Danny. Now you can't leave.
No, Oh no.
Now you can't leave. Yes.
Certainly. I don't think there's any escaping this town.
Wait a minute. Now you can't leave. Let me lock the door.
Correct.
Right,
but
right out of the Bronx Tale. You got to do this every year in now.
True, but we could leave like the Baltimore Colts in the middle of the night.
You could. It does happen, man.
Yeah.
It does
We
happen.
don't have to be here.
What, in the 1956, the Brooklyn Dodger moved?
People are still not over it. Rest his soul, Anthony
Look, it
Cosentino
was like
Sr.
60 years ago.
He took it to the grave with him. Poor Cos, man. People
I know.
are upset about that, man.
No, I hear you. So they're going to be, I don't think anybody, listen, if we're not forgotten, they'll remember us for a day. So we can pack up in the middle tonight.
Well, dude, I got to tell you something. You always say the 30 for 30 on this network is going to be incredible.
Phenomenal. They could make it today and it would get unbelievable views. You have no idea the things that have taken place behind the scenes here.
Listen, man, you got shots fired, man. You had shots fired before. I don't miss anything. You're talking about, kids. You got a lot of kids follow your show. They're looking to go away to school. They go away. They want to go close. They want to go far. You mentioned Oregon. Who wants to go there? Listen, there's a lot of opportunities around this country for a lot of kids, Danny. We all need to open our eyes and realize what a great country we live in, how big it is and how many opportunities are, and how large the competition is to get to these points in their athletic careers. Congratulations to this young man and everybody else next week that's going to be announced for the All-Star team. Hey!
Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to the Commodore and we're having a conversation, and then it's in the middle of his rant. It seems that he turns into like a press conference, right? Where he's no longer talking to you and he's,
making announcements.
Like he's making announcements. He start, just
public service announcements.
What the hell are you talking about?
All right.
Want to hear about my fish?
You have a fish
yes.
now. Yes, absolutely.
That was a nice
catch,
right?
Yeah, we got a fish out there. Yeah.
Oh, we got
a fish. Oh, I did. I caught a big bass. As
But
long as my arm. Look,
fish?
my arm is all chewed up. You see this? This is from the bass. I got to stick my hand in his mouth to get the hook out. He was so big.
You believe him? Do you believe that that's how he got those bruises? I think he got pushed over in like the Target parking lot by a frail old woman.
You know what, man?
I've been for the last car.
All I want to say is nobody cares.
No, absolutely.
Nobody really cares, man. You're absolutely right. I've been watching FS1. That sport fishing thing where you see these guys throw these frogs. Yeah. They throw a frog and they catch a huge bass like this. It never ever happens.
Yeah.
It can happen. It can happen.
Well,
it's going to happen right here.
Listen, if you'd like to see the Commodore and his antics and you'd like to see him catching a fish that requires him to get bruises all over his forearm, you can follow this man at Nobody Cares Commodore on Instagram. Be aware, sometimes, his nipples are definitely on there. He doesn't do a good job. You're shirtless, and I don't know why.
Danny, I need shirts. I'm telling you, I got no wardrobe. But listen, how about this, Dan? I mean, I know you got smacked in the mouth and your mouth's a little sore. But what about if I got the Prigeny and we did a little bass fishing class down there for the next Nobody Cares Commodore Live?
All things are possible. We have all sorts of new sports coming up.
Oh, it says bedtime reminder. I got to go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you definitely got to go to bed, Commodore. Commodore, we're broadcasting volleyball next in 2 weeks. You know anything about volleyball?
Oh, man. All I know is when volleyball became huge in Staten Island, I think it was in the 1990s, and guys like Andrew Schroen, number 64, Studio 64, a guy named P. Nice, I think they used to call him. They started smashing and spiking balls against little kids from McKee. It was like a slaughter out there. This kid was like 6'6", 320 pounds, putting a ball down a little Oriental or Asian kid's throat.
That's a
I remember it well. But I got to tell you, great game. Huge down here in Florida. Monsters. Beach
you have
volleyball.
Brought nothing to the table ever since I asked you if you knew anything about volleyball. Commodore, we do appreciate you. You're definitely not going to be a broadcaster for volleyball.
No, I wouldn't want to do volleyball. I'd want to do beach volleyball down here in Florida on the collegiate level.
Yes.
I muted his mic. Bookie, what's your question for Florida? The man's like a hurricane.
Put him on.
I can't put him on. He can't hear you talking over his own voice. Christ alive. Go ahead. You idiots, nobody's muted. The two of you ain't making any noise.
Here's the deal. Listen, I was talking about beach volleyball. What do I know about volleyball? I'm so happy that Nobody Cares Sports is going to take a look at sports that nobody has cared about in the metropolitan area for so long.
Man,
congratulations
we'll
to you.
broadcast literally anything. We're also going to be getting into flag football this spring. People are real excited about that.
Well,
Congratulations to you and the Public School Athletic League.
Commodore, let me ask you. I know this spring where you literally, yesterday's weather was so beautiful. Sunday, I mean, the St. Patty's Parade in St. Helens, that's the best,
Who has a St. Patty's Day Parade on March the 3rd?
Okay. That's another story, another day. What I want to say to you, I know my background, I'm a horse racing expert.
Expert.
Yes.
Couldn't pick your nose.
Nobody cares.
So you got a question here, Bookie? We're just going to roast you.
Okay. Now I want to ask you, today is March 5th, right? This year's the Kentucky Derby is running on what day on that? It's the first Saturday in May, always runs for the Roses, right?
Yeah.
And it's the May 4th.
Bookie, if you don't get to the point, I am just going to throw you into traffic.
May 4th, all right? So I'm talking about maybe nobody care, we can come up with some kind of team because May 4th is the May the Force with you, Star Wars team. So I was talking, thinking about.
I see where you're going.
Listen.
I like it.
I want to get a Nobody Cares Sports team broadcast the shows on May 4th as Star Wars teams. If we can get the sponsors to bring me, myself, and Danny, and even the Commodore from the Florida to the Louisville, Kentucky to do the shows over there. Sponsor, bring us,
I mean, Danny's got to be Luke Skywalker. I'm going to be
What
Chewie.
are you asking?
You're going to be R2-D2.
No. I was thinking about the
Bookie.
Yoda.
Bookie.
And you want me to R2-D2? And he
I'm
got
going to murder you.
you.
You're asking us to dress as Star Wars characters.
Correct.
To broadcast what?
The Kentucky Derby live from Churchill Downs.
Derby. Just 5 assholes dressed as Star Wars idiots.
Anything's possible. I know people.
Sounds fantastic. Set it up.
I know Commodore have connection. He knows people. And I know my horses. Okay?
Okay. So Mr. Bookie. Yeah, you got to be R2-D2. You're looking at Skywalker. I want to be Chewie. That guy.
No, I was thinking about the Darth Vader, though.
Commodore,
me?
I need your closing remarks from you.
My closing remarks are, I just want to give my best to everybody up there in the Northeast. I hope you all had a great high school basketball season. CYO was just fantastic. Thank all of our sponsors.
Nobody cares.
Nobody really cares. We're turning the corner now. We got a lot going on. Come on, volleyball, and come on, sport fishing live on Nobody Cares. Commodore, coming soon.
Stay tuned.
Say goodnight, Commodore.
Good night, Commodore.
We finally got rid of him. If we were in the house, just shut the lights, quick. Took down the shades. He's still in the driveway listening. Quiet. Bookie, you got anything for me? We gotta be back next week. We're doing a show Tuesday night. We gotta pick a location.
Yeah,
some lucky place is gonna get this crowd.
We gotta pick the random draw.
The random draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
We actually have a good games for peoples out there, but I want to just give us a T, like a horse racing games on our own, It's just for fun. You don't have to be a batting.
Me and Bookie invented a new sport.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. It's a teaser.
Yeah,
we'll get into that another time. Basically, we've invented a new way to gamble. You can gamble on anything.
You don't have to gamble. It can be just for fun game, you can.
You could just for fun.
Just for fun.
But you can also.
You can get people on the side.
Well, we videoed this new sport, and we've yet to release the video because there's obviously unsanctioned gambling taking place. So,
we don't want to get ourselves into trouble.
Yeah, they're going to come after us for all the money being thrown around. But maybe we'll release a series on YouTube. Maybe we'll just go live with that new sport.
That will draw some interest.
I know
from
that
the-
people at
from
home
the
will be
business.
taking action. As they say in the old country, we got action.
Yes, we got action, you know.
Commodore was fantastic tonight. Two-time Jaques Award winner Qadir Martin joined the show.
Great kids. you know,
Fantastic human
attitude,
being.
Yes.
And Bookie joined the show as well.
Nobody cares.
No, nobody does care about you, but we appreciate all -5 of you that tuned in tonight. As always, you can watch this show on YouTube, Facebook, and when it is over, listen on Spotify.
And this show is sponsored by
We get. I'm sorry. Was that English? This show is sponsored by a bevy of sponsors. They've been rolling along the bottom line like Windows We Are. By the way, this is a hot hoodie. Windows We Are hoodie. You got a medium. That doesn't fit you.
I got a medium.
He put it on, and we had to call the fire department to cut it off his back. So we all have to talk to the people at Windows We Are and get you another one. Right.
No, I literally
It was suffocating you. Yeah. We appreciate you, Bookie. And all of our sponsors, you see them listed. You call them up. You say, listen, I'm referred by Nobody Cares. They're going to give you 10% off no matter what it is. It could be construction project in your home from DPM, or it could be 10% off your order here at Jay's on the Bay. Anybody. You just tell them Nobody Cares. We promise you that you will not be thrown out through a plate glass window out onto the street. Bucky, we appreciate you, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, no religion, no politics. Absolutely nobody cares.
Mickey Mantle, is that what you're upset about? Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much does your father make?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, see if your father can't pay the rent. Go with Mickey Mantle, see what he tells you. Mickey Mantle don't care about you, so why should you care about him? Nobody cares.